What is good, YouTube? The NBA talk for today, and it's a thing that we're gonna see frequently. It's a thing that we want to know. It's a thing that has a lot of potential. It's a topic that's for discussion. After Phil Jackson, he drafted Porzingis. He was booed. They thought it was a dumb pick. He went from being a dumb, overrated guy that's not going to be that good to he's a solid, respectable player to now he put up 18 and 7. He's one of the most improved players. And now that he done dropped 30, I'm not overreacting. I'm just saying the storyline. He still has potential to either be the best player or he's second to Melo. And now Carmelo, Derrick Rose is out of they off the team basically, and now Porzingis is basically the only piece that's really attractive in New York. The thing I want to talk about is Porzingis a franchise player, and a lot of things go into this. But one thing I want to say, to be fair, he's only 22 years old. He just turned, literally just turned 22. So this is something that I'm not going, like I said, I'm not overreacting. I'm not trying to make a big old assumption, but this is questions that we're going to have to see. And this is questions that we're going to have to see play out because, like I said, it was him being a buzz, overrated. He's not going to be able to produce. To now, he showed that he was a solid player. To now, he's one of the better players. Is he better than Carmelo? Now that Carmelo, Derrick Rose is off the team, he gets more shots, more attempts. He gets the ball more in his hands. He can get spots where he likes it. The team is now turned over to him, is basically what I'm saying. And the guy, we know he can score. We know the guy is a mismatch because he's 7'3", that can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot over damn near everybody at his position, whether he's playing center or power forward, and he plays like a guard. My problem that I have with Porzingis is he settles too much for the jumper. Like I said, he's just too big and too quick and too long and tall to be shooting perimeter shots by choice. I can see if it was late in the shot clock. I can see if you were just too weak. But the dude is longer and taller than anybody. If you have him close to 15 feet and in, he can just, like he can just throw the ball in the basket. He can floater it. He can just do his little fadeaway pull-up jumper. Because he's so tall that it's effortless. And the fact that he's out shooting 6 threes a game and he's settling for pick and roll, pick and pop jumpers, is like, it's crazy to watch him be that long, that athletic, and have a mismatch and to settle to shoot jumpers. I said the same thing about Brook Lopez. When Brook Lopez first got into the league, he was a back-to-the-basket guy. The game has evolved. When I watched Brook Lopez yesterday, he still got his 20 points, but he's not inside dominant. He's not inside killing them. He's long, he's lanky, he's athletic, but Brook Lopez is shooting threes. He's shooting mid-range jumper. He coming off, he's dribbling and throwing up fadeaways. He playing like a guard. I know that it's every big man fantasy, honestly, to be a guard, to handle the ball, to shoot the ball. That's what all big men want to be. The point guards want to be taller so they can make an impact like a forward, like a small forward and a power forward. And the big guys want to dribble and do the things that point guards do. Because honestly, that's all our dreams. As a kid, we all start off as a point guard, then we grow to other positions. And the big man really want to be guards now. And even like Marcus he was a back-to-the-basket guy. Now he's stepping out shooting threes. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. But I don't like that about Porzingis' game, that he's taller, lankier, and quicker than everybody at his position, whether it is the 4 or 5, and he just settles for jumpers. The case that can be made is he's shooting set shots. He's shooting open shots, which I'm saying he's shooting practice shots. He's not really taking contested threes. He's not really taking contested mid-range shots. A lot of it is with at least 5 inches of space, and he's making those shots. He's shooting 44%. Just imagine if he was closer to the basket, he'd probably be shooting over 50% a game because all he would have to do is just do a fadeaway, a floater, or even a dunk, or because he can bounce off the defender, dunk it on him, or go over, throw a hook over him, just like Kareem, just like Hakeem, just like Shaq. Get a little space, hook over him. And he, like I said, he's lankier and taller and faster. So if he do a move, he's quicker than his defender already. He can just throw the ball in the basket every time. That's what Brook Lopez actually used to do when he used to play back to the basket. But the game has changed. The game has evolved. But it is certain things you have to go through as a player to get the certified superstar stamp. Can he carry a team? We don't know that right now. He doesn't have enough talent. Even when he had some type of talent, they was losing a lot and a lot and a lot. He had Carmelo, he had Derrick Rose, Joe Kimno, even though he got injured. Courtney Lee, he had a solid team, and they was terrible. So he hasn't really proved, can he be the guy on a winning team? Because even when he was, Carmelo probably was still the better player, and they wasn't winning either way. And then on top of that, now he has the chance to see what he has to improve, see how the defense is going to guard him, see how hard it is to score in the NBA when you don't really have no other person, no other star player, no other great players. And it's going to help him become a better player because he's going to learn what he can get away with, what he can't what he can't do, what he can do, and how the defense is going to guard him. And that's going to make him be prepared and make him be ready for certain teams, for certain matchups, for certain lineups and certain styles of play. That's going to allow him to read the defense different, react different, and he's just going to grow and develop into that. But that's going to have to be a question as he develops, as he get older, as he learns and lets the game come to him. Can he lead a team as the best player? And I don't really see it right now. I see potential of him being a shot blocker, but he's still not a dominant defender. He's still not a crazy rim protector. I see him being a great offensive player, but he still scores within the offense, which means the offense is not really going through him like a franchise player would. He just scoring based off being open, being in the right position at the right time, kind of like Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka was a great player on OKC because he can protect the paint, but he also hit the spot up threes. He was a pick and pop guy. If everything goes down, Serge Ibaka always has the 15-footer. That's kind of like what Porzingis is doing. He's playing a little bit like Serge Ibaka. He blocks a couple shots. He protects the rim. He's quick as hell. He can beat you to the spot and block your shot, contest it, go vertical, and he can knock down elbow threes and knock down a spot-up three-point shot. But he's not really demanding. He's not really taking over a game. He just impacting the game by feeding off other players, and that's playing within the system. I don't really see them, and we're going to have to see it more this year, running the offense and like, we need you to create the shot. We need you to create the passes. We need the offense to flow and move through you. He hasn't really done that in these first 3 seasons, but hopefully we can see it more this season since he will be the best player on the team. Another thing, can he attract free agents is another question that we're going to have to see can he answer. New York is one of the best cities for basketball. In general, most of the best players in the league come from New York. The times has changed now, but especially back then, like I said, it attracted Carmelo. The team was terrible. They was able to sign Amari, who was a star at that time. They was able to get Carmelo. He wanted to come. They traded to get him there. That attracted Carmelo. That attracted Amari to come. Now, can Porzingis attract free agents to come and play with him to bring a winning tradition, a winning culture back to New York? That's another question that we're going to see. Can he answer? Another question. Can Porzingis, he's going to put up numbers. He might be able to make an all-star team, but can he make an all-NBA team? We done seen random players make it like Andre Drummond. We done seen other players that really, like, they was losing, and like DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Love, they was on losing teams, but they still was able to make all NBA teams. Can he dominate consistent enough? Can he put enough numbers up on a team to make an all NBA team with a player like Draymond, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, Paul George? That's a lot of players already. Anthony Davis, you can keep going on and on. Well, in a league full of these type of forwards, can he be one of the best in the league and be an all-NBA player? That's another question that I don't really see right now, but potentially we're going to see if he can actually be able to do it, even if he's on a losing team. I think he will be an all-star because he can put up numbers because his team is trash, and they're going to need somebody to take the shots, and he's going to be the primary person because he is the best talent on the team. Another thing is, can he dominate in the inside? Like I said, he's not really a dominant inside player already, but defensively, can he anchor a defense with his size and athleticism? Can he make an impact? Can he make a difference? Can he crash and rebound the ball? He's taller, lankier, longer than everybody. He has an advantage on the inside just with his body and his quickness. Can he grab rebounds? Yesterday, he had 12. Can he average 20 and 10? Not just for one season, multiple seasons. Dirk Nowitzki wasn't able to do that. He was able to dominate outside. He was able to shoot 50, 40, and 90, but he wasn't able to crash and dominate inside, especially when it comes to protecting the paint and rebounding. Porzingis is taller, longer, more athletic, and he shows signs of being a rim protector. Can he be that anchor? Not just a great defensive player, not just an individual defensive player. Can Porzingis be an anchor defensively? And he don't really have excuses because he does has the body, but he has a defensive player of the year player and Joakim Noah who already won the award and already made a difference and already anchored one of the best defenses of this generation on his roster as a mentor and as a player that he can go to and talk to about any time. That's going to be a question too, because if he's not going to be the number one guy, can he be a Kevin Garnett where he can anchor that defense and still contribute offensively at the same time as a two-way player? Anthony Davis is starting to show it. Can Porzingis do that? That's another question. And these questions that haven't really been answered, that's why I'm asking, is Porzingis really that guy? Can he be the number one option? Can he anchor the defense? Can he be an all-NBA player like Giannis and them? Those are huge questions because that's what a franchise player would do. And on top of that, can he lead a team to the playoffs? Like I said, we haven't seen that even when they had some type of talent. And they play in a terrible Eastern Conference. And they still wasn't even able to win 40 games with Carmelo, Derrick Rose, and all them players. And they didn't really play defense anyway. But they still had reasonable talent that they could have perhaps did it. But those are questions that's going to have to be answered. And like I said, I had Porzingis as one of the most improved player candidates last year. He was in the discussion, but then he fell off a little bit at the end of the season. And Giannis was able to take it and run away with it during the ending of the season because he was more consistent throughout the season. Porzingis kind of got comfortable. He kind of got stagnant, and he let Carmelo and Derrick Rose take over it. And instead of him trying to stand out and show that he's better than them, he sat back and let them take the spotlight. And Giannis was able to run away with it, stay consistent, stay dominant, and he was able to run away with most improved in the All-NBA selection. And on top of that, they made it to the playoffs with Giannis as the best player on the roster. And Jabari was injured on top of that. And Chris Middleton missed half the season almost. And they still made the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. These are questions that has to be answered. These are questions I want to know. And now I want to know what you guys think about Kristaps Porzingis, his potential, his talent, how good he's going to be, how great is he, and is he going to be the number one option, a franchise player? And if not, can he be a two-way player that can anchor the defense like an old Kevin Garnett was when he was in Boston? He went from being an MVP to being an NBA champion, the defensive player of the year, but he wasn't the finals MVP. That means he wasn't the number one option on the Boston team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Check out my website at analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Click the link, it's sent to my website. Click the link, it sends you to my Facebook page. If you see the link, like on Facebook to show support. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And this is a legit, real question and questions about this guy. I like him. He has talent. He already proven better than what we thought. But can he do more? That's the question.